Hey book lovers, welcome back to She Major Creative, where we dive deep into stories that make us laugh, cry, and things that make you go, If you're new here, I'm She Major Faye, and I'm so excited to have you join me today for another book review. In today's video, I will be critiquing the game 41 Shades of Men and Pursit to Subdue and Use You by Princella LR Clark. I'm exploring its strengths, its weaknesses, and everything in between. Whether you're a fan of the genre or new to the book, stay tuned as we explore the twists, the turns, and the themes that make this one so controversial. Let's get started. Hey book lovers, I am thrilled to be engaging with you on my channel, She Major Creative. But before we get started, if you enjoy in-depth reviews, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the next bookish adventure. I love reading and writing, so leave me a comment and I will respond. Okay, so let's jump right in. I do have my cue cards, so I don't want to miss out on any details regarding this book, okay? So this book is entitled The Game 41 Shades of Men, The Pursit to Subdue and Use You by Princella LR Clark. This book is 195 pages, which is a 2-day read for me. This book is nonfiction. The author is an Instagram influencer. They wear many hats, similar to many women I know, which the author does explain in the book. So just a general description about the book. To me, it was persuasive and controversial. The author does not base her views on investigative research, and I actually read this book through a Kindle download. All right, so let's get to the meats and potatoes of this book. Some of the adjectives that I will use to describe this book are boring, funny, repetitive, thought-provoking, persuasive, and controversial. Okay. Now, a brief disclaimer here. So those with religious viewpoints, people who are religious, you may not agree with the themes and philosophies presented in this book by the author, okay? Now, the author does recommend a prerequisite before reading this book, and that is the 5 Components of Love book, the workbook, and the course by Princella Clark, okay? Now, I did not do the prerequisites. I was unaware of the prerequisites before I even purchased the book, but let's keep going. So the things that I liked about this book, the interpretation of behaviors is negative for females, but normal and acceptable and positive for males. So for example, like males being violent, territorial, promiscuous, dominant, aggressive, and having physical strength, those are all seen like as positive for men. But if a female were to have these attributes, she would be like considered aggressive, or just not very high value as far as a female would go. And some new concepts that I've never heard of before that were listed in the book were red pill, black pill, and then there was some acronym in the book. I was not familiar with these societies that are on social media, but now I realize that they are listed, and it's kind of like misogynist viewpoints. So by these male YouTubers that she goes over in the book. And so she's basically taking the opposite view of the men in the red pill and black pill district, which are these men that believe in high value women, that women belong in the kitchen, that men just have the authority to do what they want to do with women, and she just doesn't hold any value besides a cum bucket, excuse my language. But anyhow, so the author also basically mentions to the point that feminine attributes are downplayed and seen as inferior, and the men are also seen as like the leaders. So another from this book is the matrix concept. That is because we have been taught the same thing for a long time, and because we've been taught it for a long time, it's become tradition and it's never been challenged. It's considered to be correct or right. But even though something is been a long time tradition, doesn't mean that it's right. Okay, so basically some of the principles that she lists in the book, which will come in contact with people who have religious views, are according to politics, religion, especially Christian and Catholic belief, the Holy Bible. So definitely something there that I like about the matrix concept. Just changing the thought processes, the way we think about things, and the way we've been taught things, and never considered that it could possibly be wrong. Which I've heard the matrix concept in a lot of different things, including if you look at the movie The Matrix, right? You know, where Neo was just living an ordinary office worker life, you know, and everybody just thought that was the life to live, until he found out that there was actually an alternate universe and he could be something more than just a 9-to-5 worker, right? So some of the dislikes on this book that I have here is that from the beginning of chapter 1, the author conveys that men are created to use women, women are created to be used, and once a man's need changes, his woman will change. The author, Princella LR Clark, also states that a man has nothing to offer to a woman, and without a female in his life to support, help, manage, and care for him, he would not survive. Now, these concepts are repeated on all 195 pages, all the way up to chapter 44, which is something that I did not like, because it was like I was reading the same thing all over again on every single page, which really brought me to feel that the book was getting a little boring. And that's actually what took me 2 days to read the book. Okay, so there are a list of 41 mans through chapter 2 through 42. Okay, and so I will let you know the honorable mentions in the book, but let me just go over these 41 different types of men in the book, just in case you're interested and you want to go read the book. Okay, so the first is the homosexual, then we have the lonely man, the destitute man, the virility validation man, the tax season man, the high value trick, the family man, the emotionally immature man, the sex deprived man, the down low man, the fellatio man, the jailbird man, the stepmother man, the STD man, the ego boost man, the narcissist man, the I want your child man, the green card man, the let me make my ex jealous man, the pimp, the businessman, the political man, the BAH man, which is basic allowance for housing in the military, the murder man, the fetish man, the pro-black hotep man, the I'm bored, wife is no fun man, the insecure sabotage man, the hospice care man, the revenge man, the rebound man, the poly man, the white girl man, the lesbian man, the passport bro, the midlife crisis man, the save face man, the OnlyFans man, the Build-A-Bear man, the Pick Me Girl man, and the chess piece man. Okay, so she gives like examples through the book, the author, and some of these descriptions of these men are like hilarious. Like, I'm just laughing. Okay, so some of the honorable mentions from these type of men that I have wrote down are the homosexual, the lonely man, the sex deprived man, the down low man, the jailbird man, the I want your child man, the let me make my ex jealous man, the BAH man, the fetish man, and the insecure sabotage man. Now, the author says it doesn't matter what type of female you are in this man's life. You could be his sister, his auntie, his mama, his daughter, his girlfriend, his side chick, his wife, whatever you call yourself these days. You are being used if you're with a man. So in order to be successful in a relationship like this, make sure that you're getting what you want out of the relationship as well. Okay, so my final thoughts about the game. Even though I didn't keep reading the book because of the repetitious concepts that got boring, which took me so long to finish the book, I did finish the book, okay? It was persuasive, okay? I guess, I don't know why. I guess because it was repeating itself over and over again. I don't know why it was persuasive. I can't tell you. But in the end, I started to question whether or not I would take a man seriously again. So I give this book 3 out of 5 stars. If you like new concepts that are thought-provoking literature, you should definitely read this book. So thank you very much for joining She Major Creative, and I am She Major.